The Simpsons. They predicted a lot of things, didn't they? Yes. Now today we're looking at the top 10 Simpsons 2022 predictions that would blow your mind. I actually mentioned this on a video from the other day about has Matt Groening got anything? Has he put anything in the Simpsons mod episodes to do with 2022? And it turns out there are 10, at least 10 that this channel's found. So we can have a look at them right now.
The Simpsons predicted Donald Trump's presidency in 2000. They predicted a three-eyed fish would be found near a power plant in the 90s. And of course, they predicted the Siegfried and Roy tiger attack. But what predictions haven't come true yet? Could 2022 be the year? Well, here are the top 10 Simpsons 2022 predictions that will blow your mind.
Let's have my mind blown then, boys. All right.
The Simpsons didn't predict VR at all. That was a concept that's been around for a long time. It's just now getting good. I mean, recently I got an Oculus, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys,
I've always wanted to have a VR headset. I want to get one this year.
Throw items at bad guys.
In fact, real quick, PlayStation I saw actually announced today, or it might have been yesterday, but I read it today, that the PlayStation VR version 2 for the PS5 has come out this year. I'm more than likely going to be buying it as soon as it comes out. I love the idea of getting a new PSVR. So, think of some games you want to see me play on the VR, and we'll sort it. Yes.
My heart races. Olivia straight up cried when she tried it. It's a whole process. This is pretty powerful technology. Like, this is Black Mirror stuff. The Simpsons predicted that VR could possibly go wrong back in 2016. The episode titled Friends and Family has the town excited over the
I haven't watched Simpsons like new stuff in years.
And they're so into it that eventually people are walking in the streets wearing these goggles. They're getting hit by cars. They're losing touch with reality. We see disconnection from reality all the time. We saw it in Wall-E. With Facebook going the virtual route recently with the introduction of the metaverse, I believe that the Simpsons undermined the dangers for this one. You thought pop-ups and sketchy links were bad for children on Facebook? Well, soon we're going to be walking into the actual virtual website.
VR, virtual reality, is one of them things that, like, it's clever, but it's such a disconnection from reality. It's a virtual reality. You gotta think, like, it's scary, the limits that these people can go to, or the length, sorry, that they'll go to. It's limitless. Yeah. I love VR. I've got a little VR headset, but it's only one that you, like, attach your phone into. I've not got an actual, like, Oculus or like a HTC one or a PSVR. But again, I'm gonna be getting myself a PSVR some point this year. I'm gonna make sure I do.
Number 9, Mars Life. Let me ask you, lovely
Mars
people,
Life.
a question. Truly,
We ain't going to
right
Mars
now
this
with
year.
3 of your friends. Would you actually go? Keep it in mind,
I would.
It's really boring, obviously, and unless you're an astronaut, botanist like Matt Damon, odds are you'd probably have a rough go once you did arrive. But in the future,
I reckon Mars
sure,
would be pretty
it'll
cool.
be a round trip, easy. Going to Mars might be as simple as going to the mall. The Simpsons showed a family visit to the Big Red Planet come 2051, but honestly, I think we'll get there a lot sooner. SpaceX is already planning to send people out there. It's crazy. It's happening so fast. It's just a quick 9-month trip there, so make sure your phone's charged.
But wasn't the SpaceX thing like 2037 or 2027? This is 2022. The Simpsons said it'd be 2051. What? This isn't for this year. You've just predicted something. No, you've just given us a prediction that's not even going to happen this year. It's probably not going to happen this year, but give it 10, 20 years. This is about... I'm looking at the title right now. Top 10 2022 predictions from The Simpsons that will blow your mind. Right.
Number 8,
I'm vexed after the first 2. Can't believe.
Robots can straight up
Robots are already around.
Boston Dynamics is trending every other week. Half the time I can't even tell if their videos are real or if they're CGI. The robots are too impressive. Also, the fact that I'm saying the robots, like, where are we right now? What's going on? The Simpsons have touched on robots taking over. That was an idea that's been done a few times. In 2012, they predicted that a great amount of jobs would be lost to the robots. But back in 1994, the Simpsons episode titled Itchy and Scratchy Land showed a theme park full of robots that go crazy and attack civilians. Also, we have Sophia the robot now. She's actually been on talk shows. It's like a real person. She has a citizenship. She's the first robot to receive citizenship from a country. Saudi Arabia citizen. She's a robot.
Shut up.
She was also on the...
Hasn't everyone predicted? Hasn't nearly every single thing in like the last 30 years predicted robots, killer robots? Five Nights at Freddy's is a good one. No, but honestly, why am I getting so vexed at this video?
Number 7, Dome Sweet Dome. For this one, we're looking at the Simpsons movie, which...
Oh, well, the Dome over Springfield.
Video. That's a fun time. But with the pandemic seeming to never end, could we possibly see our own towns domed up?
No.
This idea came long before the Simpsons movie. Back in the 70s, there were talks about putting a dome over Manhattan. This 3-kilometer dome over Midtown that regulates weather and pollution. It sounds fun, but imagine if that actually had been built. Imagine what we have been doing with it now during the initial COVID outbreak. Would have been madness. People would have been storming it like a castle. And then in 2010, there was a city planned that was supposed to be built in 2020. It was called Eco City. It was supposed to be built in the Mir mine in Siberia.
So Simpsons predicted something in 2007 that was going to happen anyway in the 1960s.
What do you guys think? Should we use domes over cities, lose the umbrella, and just live in a big glass ball forever? Honestly, I would do it. I'm tired of walking in puddles. Number 6, the World Cup. An episode from 1997 called The Cartridge Family shows Mexico and Portugal going head-to-head in football. Like soccer football, not like football, like a foot.
Yeah, real football. Yeah.
Springfield residents are told to go see this match to determine which nation is the greatest on earth, Mexico or Portugal. So in 2018, when the World Cup rolled around, pun intended, fans were excited that this was actually coming true. But at the same time, they had a laugh determining that Ronaldo must have missed that penalty intentionally so that the prediction would come true. Although I think that was just... But recently, it's been announced that Qatar will host the tournament in November, December 2022, rather than the usual June, July dates. Another World Cup, another chance for the Simpsons to add another prediction to their impressive list.
So this time, it's not a prediction that was specifically for 2022, but at any World Cup. But because there's a World Cup in 2022, automatically this theory about any World Cup comes around and is like, yes, this is for this year. All right. Okay. I'm so confused. What does he mean?
Number 5, flying cars.
All right,
flying
cars.
I wouldn't even call this a Simpsons
gonna...
prediction anymore, but they've nailed it before, so who knows. 2022 could be the year we say goodbye to tires forever. In 2005, Professor Fink created this machine to let Bart and Lisa see the future. The future at that point was 2013, which is long since passed. But Marge had left Homer because he spent all their savings on an underwater house. But also in this episode, we see hover cars. Come 2017, the concept of a futuristic hover car was revealed. It's called Float, the Renault car of the future.
I've
so
heard that.
2022, we might not see these exactly, but we might get an even cooler version. We might get this 6-person hover car. That's like something that Fantastic Four rolls around with. Are you kidding me? It's called the Cyclo car. I'm absolutely going to get my license just for this. Number 4, music.
Didn't pin that one down for 2022. I'm sorry.
You ever listen to an album and it's so good that it moves you?
Music control.
Sometimes it'll literally move you, right? You have to go and bop around in the kitchen for a bit, get all those beats out. But what if music moved you in like a Pied Piper kind of way? What if next time you heard the cha-cha slide at a wedding, you had to do the cha-cha slide? In 2001,
you do anyway.
New Kids on
Who doesn't do the cha-cha
showed
slide?
Bart in a band that was secretly a mind control device for the Navy. Subliminal messaging through music. Love it. Even the game, like the artist, the game, believes that the internet is brainwashing people into enjoying whack music, as he says. That's a quote. It's a real
Well,
quote,
yeah,
real
pretty
artist.
much. I mean, I apologize if you do like this kind of music, but music like Ariana Grande or Nicki Minaj or Drake or popular rappers these days, like even the ones that pass X and everything, they're overrated and, in my opinion, dog shit. And maybe it's because I was brought up on different music. I was brought up on dubstep, drum bass, techno, Gorillaz, Green Day, Muse. Those are my go-tos. Kasabian, those are my go-tos. You know, Stone Roses. I just find loads of the mainstream music nowadays, like the mainstream, like all them select few artists, it's just rinse, repeat, auto-tune, mad auto-tune. Now I know Gorillaz is loads of auto-tune, but they are animated characters. But in my opinion, all this mainstream music is... I can't stand it.
Number 3, VR food. The Simpsons had their 600th episode centered around VR. As I mentioned earlier, it's a pretty big deal. It's a technology that's changing lives, really. And those midnight snacks might get a whole lot better in the future.
VR food.
I swear to God, one
Intrigue
time when I
me.
was dozing off watching TV, I tried to eat food that wasn't there. I tried to half asleep and eat food. It was the dumbest thing I've ever done, but could you imagine if a pizza pocket just magically appeared in your hand in the middle of the night? Well, the Simpsons
like Patty with a
predict
chance
that
of
this virtual
meatballs.
reality food might just be a thing. Scientists at Cornell University found out that cheese tastes better when you eat it in a certain pleasant VR setting. So if you see me eating shredded cheese at 2 a.m. naked with goggles on in my room, Leave me alone, okay? Don't judge me. I'm in Paris. I'm dining out. I'm having a culinary experience. Shut the door on your way out of Paris. Get out of my room. Number 2, digital Big Ben. You ever look at a clock with like, hands and all that jazz, and it takes you a while to actually read it? You're like doing addition. You're like, hey, is that a 2 or a 3? Where's that hand? Why is there 4 hands? Some timepieces need to be digital, right? Middle of the night, you can't see time. You're looking over to see how long you've been asleep for. You can't look at hands and all that jazz. Also, when you go to a wedding, you're not wearing a digital wristwatch, right? You know what I mean? You're not a spy kid. You're not gonna be timing people doing laps. You're trying to look good. You're trying to keep it classy. The Big Ben, I hope, never goes
I lost
digital,
track of what you're saying.
Never say never. In an episode from 1995,
What?
the future shows Lisa traveling to England to meet her future husband's parents, and the Big Ben is digital at this point. Now, today, construction is still being done on the Big Ben, and we won't hear its chimes until next summer.
It's
Can you
never
imagine
gonna
when they
be
finally reveal
digital.
it? Instead of a chime, you hear a beep. Imagine every hour you get a notification instead of hearing those lovely bells. I lose my mind. And finally, number 1, hologram mail. Coming from season 11, episode 17, Bart to the Future, we get another tease at some future tech.
Remember this
The
episode?
mailman gives
I remember
Bart
this
a letter,
episode.
but it packs quite the punch. Bart opens it up, and the letter is, well, it's 4D. It's like a hologram person. It's almost like Star Wars. Honestly, since I saw Star Wars when I was
3D.
like little tot, I always wanted that technology in my life. That would be amazing. VR food sounds delicious, but hologram mail, that would save lives. I would send so many letters to my friends and family. I'd wear a cloak and all of them too, and I'd be so ominous. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Most Amazing Top 10. I've been your host.
Yeah, you're welcome. I've been your host, Billy, BDFO18. That was quite the video. Nothing that was in this video was predicted specifically for 2022, so I don't know why it's been labeled Simpsons 2022 predictions. But hey, clickbait in that. I guess it was a watch. I guess it was a reason to vent and let some fucking steam off if you had any. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more reaction videos like this one you've seen today, make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Have a good one all, and peace. See you next time.